morning, everybody, or good whatever it is, wherever you are. It's 100 and whatever degrees. It's nuts. It's insane. And today, boy, we've got a funny show. This guy, he's brilliant, and actually, he doesn't really know, but I've been admiring his talent from afar from a long time. Co-hosting with me today is this young man with the 78th jacket he's had in the series.
Yes, and just to be clear, the funny, amazing person that this guy admires is not me. It is the guest that we have on our show today.
This guy up here, he is hilarious. One of my heroes was Victor Borger, who's incredible, and I'm sure we're going to talk about him today. But just check out this video of today's guest. Brilliant, and so much more than that. Welcome to the show, Kev Orkian.
Thank you.
How are you, mate?
Thank you. Well, I'm good. I haven't seen that clip for a while, to be honest, but I'm good. I'm doing very good. How are you guys?
Good.
Brilliant.
Really good.
You're in London, right?
I am just outside of London in a beautiful, picturesque village called Essex.
Know it well. Now, I've heard the weather's been like up and down all summer, hasn't it? But dead hot.
Mate, it's England. It's England. What do you expect it to be like? It's completely. 1 minute we wake up to sunshine thinking, oh, it's going to be beautiful, we'll do a barbecue. And by 11 o'clock, it's raining. By 2 o'clock, we've got a hurricane. And by 6 o'clock, we've got snow. This is England for you, to be honest.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I remember when I was there, it was like that, which is part of the reason I got out. But I know when they did Project Restart for the football, they added these water breaks in every 20 minutes because they thought, you know, the players are going to suffer, and it's been pissing down every show, and it's just been a tactical break.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So they have a water break for 20 minutes while it rains, and then it stops raining while they have a drink. It's funny. But
That's right.
we start the show all at the same time. Nick, these are yours. You got random questions for Kev today?
I do. All right, Kev, first question for you. If you had the ability to master one skill by tomorrow, what would it be?
Homeschooling.
Have you been attempting it?
And it's been a nightmare. Let me put it to you this way. I have twin 6-year-olds, okay? And one of them, without a shadow of a doubt, is absolutely fantastic with maths. I mean, it goes without question. I don't know how he does it, I'll be honest. And, you know, I don't want to blow smoke up his, you know, little body, but the truth of the matter is he's very good at what maths is. So he's much better than I was at 15. So the fact that I go to him, right, look, 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2, take away 3, and he'll go 19, Daddy. And he'll do it as quick as that.
Wow.
And then the other son, I'll go 2 plus 2, and he goes 5, Daddy. and it really gets on my nerves, to the point where there are sounds that come out of me that I've never heard of before when I get really, really stressed out at the fact that 2 plus 2 is 4, not 5. And then I just don't know what happened. I'm rubbish at it. I totally rubbish at homeschooling, I totally am.
That's strange. But the two sons are going to have different skill sets. One of them.
Yes, one's going to be a dancer, because that's what he wants to do. The one that doesn't do maths, and the one that does maths wants to be the manager of the dancer. I think that's how it's going to work.
That's how it'll do. A manager's career, and the dancer only has to count to 4.
Exactly.
All right, mate. Next one.
Oh my gosh. All right, number 2. Doc and Marty show up in the DeLorean. Scooby and Shaggy show up in the Mystery Machine. The Ghostbusters show up in the Ectomobile. Knight Rider shows up with Kit. And Batman shows up in the Batmobile. Which car are you getting into and why?
Kit, come and get me quick as you can. Come on, let's get out of here. It's got to be Knight Rider, and do you know why? This is no word of a lie. When I was about 14 years old, Knight Rider was the thing, okay? Everyone had to have it. It got that bad in my head about wanting to be Knight Rider that I actually pre-recorded on a small little dictaphone type thing. I recorded Kit's conversation on television from the speaker, and then I'd get into my dad and mum's car, and I would literally pretend I was driving the car and Kit was talking to me. That's how obsessed I was with Knight Rider.
That's awesome.
There could be no other answer.
So there's no way No other car comes close to Kit for me.
How about you? What do you get into?
What would I get into? Oh, it would have to be. It'd have to be the DeLorean, I think.
Yeah.
I've got to be.
That'll be second best, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, from a football point of view, I'd want to go back to that 20-odd years when we dominated. I'm a Man United fan, Kev. But go. Who's your football team?
Well, mine's Tottenham. But
Oh, so you don't like football then?
No, I don't really know. But I actually interviewed, which we'll talk about later, but I interviewed Henrik Mkhitaryan, who played for Man U.
Yeah.
I was up there and I saw the players and everything. It was absolutely fantastic. I had a great interview with him. It was brilliant.
Yeah, he was a great footballer. I'm sure he's still playing. So I would go back to United in 1999 and just fly over Barcelona and watch Solskjaer score that goal. But if I was going forward,
you'd see the next 100 games and then bet on them.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, yeah, I would.
Well, it's logical. It's logical, to be fair, to do that. To be honest.
But where are you going? I know you're in the DeLorean.
Yeah, yes. I would go in the DeLorean and I would just get out of 2020, first off. Yeah. But I would probably go to the 80s just because it was the best time I've heard. I wasn't there.
No.
But it just seems so cool, you know, so laid back and just so, everything.
It's a different world, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that's where I would go.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
And the last one, here we go. If you brought a filmmaker from the silent film era to present day, what movie would you watch with them to show how far movies have come?
Avatar.
Oh,
because I'd like to freak them out that people have turned blue.
You should just.
I think that's where I would go.
You should show up in blue body paint.
Yeah, no, seriously, I turn around and go, look what's happened. And because obviously film reflects what's happening to a certain degree in the future. So I'll turn around and just show an Avatar and go, look what's happening now. This is insane. This is what we're doing now. And people, and there are dragons, by the way. They were birds, but during the nuclear holocaust that happened, all the birds became massive and people turned blue.
Like, you definitely thought that question out, mate.
I did, and to be fair, you couldn't give him a movie like, you couldn't give him a movie like Goodfellas or The Usual Suspects or Casino and that, because he's going to expect it, isn't he? He's going to expect, oh well, yeah, that would have happened, yeah, this and that, whatever. You've got to give him something that's just completely a curveball that he's never going to even. Like or what was that other movie? The one where when the people they became like zombies. It was recently. There was a movie where everyone just turned zombies, and it was just like it was insane. I think that would be the other one that I would show him. I'd go, look, this is what's happening in the world today.
So many.
A lot of zombie movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's that famous one where
Zombieland.
He coughs on people and suddenly they turn into a zombie.
Zombieland or World War Z or something like that.
World War Z.
World War
Boom.
Z.
That's the one.
with Brad Pitt. That's the one.
That's the one.
That'll freak him out. Well, I know what? I'm bringing Buster Keaton back.
Okay.
In 1911 in London, and I'm going to show him Titanic. And say, this is happening next year, mate. So if you got anyone going on it, stop them. That's what I do.
Just to give you the heads up.
Yeah. You might want to bet on this.
You know what I would do? He wasn't part of the silent film. Actually, he was. What am I saying? He was. Just at the turning point of it, Walt Disney. I would bring Walt Disney, and I would show him Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh, that's a great one, yeah. Yeah, that's a great one.
Actually,
that would be cool.
Do you know what as well, though? I think bringing Walt Disney back after they unfreeze him and they kind of say to him, look, this is where cartoons have gone now. I think he will be absolutely blown away. But I think what will happen is they'll unfreeze him from cryogenics, okay? They'll bring him in to Disney. They'll show him what's going on, and he'll probably die again.
COVID.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Can you imagine, and there's an interesting little side conversation, if you did bring Walt Disney back and you wanted to show him what has happened to the cartoons, would you show him what I think is the great era of the 90s with Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast?
The Alan Menken
the Alan Menken period where it was great. Or would you show him today with things like Frozen and Up, which is a great movie? Which version of Disney cartoons would you show him?
You want to know the truth? I think I'd show him the ones now. So I'd show him Frozen. I'd show him all the latest ones that have come out, and like the Trolls, and things like that, and whatever, I think I'd show him those movies, because ultimately there's no point showing someone the 90s, because he'd go, oh wow, we've moved a little bit.
Yeah.
But from doing cell painting, which is what I used to do. I trained as an animator.
Really?
So doing all the animations and whatever. Yeah. I wanted to be a Disney animator. That's what I wanted to do before I realised that you needed maths. So then I just basically went into the piano and comedy and was like, oi, here we go. But I think I would show him the latest cartoons, simply to show him where he started and where it's ultimately gone to so far. But I still think, there's so much to look forward to with cartoons, to the point where I think animation is only tapping on what it can do right now. Truly, I think so.
Yeah. No, it's great.
I'd show him Coco.
Would you?
Yeah, I would show him Coco.
What's that?
Pixar movie. Have you seen it?
Coco.
Coco. I think, did it come out 2017, 2018?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago.
So good.
Fantastic. Great story as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that one. No, I'm not sure about that one.
It's all about music.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's
all
great.
about music.
Okay.
But let's talk about Kev Orkian, the funny man, the pianist, and Armenia, and how it started, Kev. How did it start for you? I mean, were you born in Armenia? Were you born in the UK?
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to you, mate.
Oh, okay. Okay. How did it all start? Well, to be honest with you, I was always a comic, even in school. And the piano was part of my life, my mum's dream, actually, for me to play the piano. So I started when I was 3.5. By the time I was 15, I was a concert pianist. By the time I was 19, I'd kind of not given up, but I got fed up of practicing so many hours a day. So there was an opening for a musical in London called Me and My Girl. Yeah. And I went for it, got the lead, and then I just didn't look back. It was from that I went into most of the West End rock and roll musicals, from Fame, Grease, Buddy Holly, Boogie Nights, Happy Days, and then I did a few others. I did about 10 years in the West End. Wow. And national tours before I then went back into a couple of other musicals, kicking off, I think it was 2003 or 4. I did a few more musicals, and then went into stand-up comedy from about the 2006, I think it was. And I went into stand-up, and then I've literally been doing that since. But I've gone back into doing TV and film. I've gone back into doing some more musicals. I did... I think the image is behind you, actually. The image of me with the beard. That's me from the musical The Infidel. Yeah, the one behind you. Yeah, I did that in London. I did that twice, playing the lead in that, which was great fun. Yeah. And I've just done other bits and bobs in between. But I just love performing. So I don't have a no cut-off button where it says no, I don't want to do this. If it interests me, I'll do it. Simple as that.
It's for me, there's acting, singing, playing music, skill sets that you either have in your DNA or you build up and learn them. But the transition to stand-up always intrigues me, because there's so many people that are so fearful of it and frankly do it so poorly. So how did you find that transition? Going from acting, being a character, to it's stand-up, it's Kev, it's me, I'm funny.
I think, with all due respect, I think for me, I'd always done musicals where I played the comic. So playing the comic and kind of acting a scripting role was relatively, it became easier for me. So then when I went into stand-up, I got the opportunity in the Millennium to go to Blackpool and perform kind of, you know, a whole season of stand-up comedy with some legends like John Inman, the Nolan sisters, Billy Pearce, Jimmy Cricket, that kind of stuff. So I went to do that, but I didn't do well. My first taste of stand-up was hard. So I went back into musicals and I started devising, writing, creating, and then I kind of plucked up the courage to put the music and the piano together. And three of my major heroes have always been Les Dawson, Victor Borge, and Dudley Moore. So I kind of looked at them and I got my inspiration. And in 2006 it was, I think, I started my stand-up comedy journey and went on the road supporting some of the biggest stars on the planet.
No, absolutely. You had an amazing career. I don't know if you know this, Kev, but Nick and I both play piano, and we actually do a show together called Piano Men Generations, which is obviously the generation gap, father and son playing piano with a band. And so we can definitely relate to the piano side of things. But you talked about three heroes there, and one of them in particular, Victor Borge, is a big hero of mine, and Nick as well. Absolutely brilliant. Do you use any of his type of comedy in your act?
Oh, absolutely, yes. One of the things I do is the happy birthday routine, which he created, where the different composers that play happy birthday. So I took that routine and I literally turned it on its head and updated it. So even though I do a few classical pieces of music to kind of establish the routine, I then go into some of the big stars of this generation, like Elton John, Michael Bublé, you know, what was the other one that I did recently? Oh, the Beatles and so forth. And then I'll finally finish on Andrew Lloyd Webber, if he had done a version of Happy Birthday, what it would have been like. So, and ironically, I've actually performed that particular routine to Tim Rice, one half of Andrew Lloyd Webber's writing team. And he listened to the whole thing, came up to me afterwards, and he said, I've got to be honest. He said, I never thought I'd hear Happy Birthday in the style of, you know, some of the music's like Jesus Christ Superstar and all the rest of them that you've literally done. So he said, congratulations. He said, I loved it. So, so what I did was I didn't want to take Victor Borge's routine and just copy it, because I think that's just, it's not just lazy, but it's cheating. I wanted to take it and upgrade it. So I added in Khachaturian, I added in a load of other classical concert pianists, and then I added in a load of modern people as well. So it kind of gives it a different reflection.
That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
You know, after the show today, we are going to be playing Tat Trivia once again. This one, it's Kev. Simple as that, tattrivia.com/Kev, or you can scan that QR code and that'll take you directly to the trivia page. You can click on it now and you can just hold on your smartphone or your tablet, and we'll be playing some 20 fun questions. And I think the subject today is going to be around comedy and pianists. So I think we may see some questions about Victor Borge, Dudley Moore, and Les Dawson. Yeah, definitely. Talking about Victor Borge, Nick, do you have a favorite Victor Borge skit?
Inflationary language. It's got to be.
I love that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so smart. And it's even smarter to know that English isn't his first language, and he still was able to pull that off and make it so easy to understand, but still so not difficult, but really thought through and really established as a comedy routine. It's just amazing.
Amazing. Twice so upon a time, there was a man called Don too.
Fridaloo. Fridaloo.
So good.
11-dally. Have you ever thought of updating that, Kev? Because I've always felt that it was so. This was years ago. When was it? The 40s, the 50s? So this is a long time ago.
I would have thought maybe the 60s actually.
Yeah, possibly. And I'm thinking, wow, if someone just redid that and wrote it about 2020, I mean, that could be pretty spectacular.
God, yeah. I mean, if you updated a routine like that, that would be a no-brainer. But imagine updating the inflation language, but also adding the old you know, the other one where he reads the book and he goes...
The phonetic punctuation.
Yeah. Imagine adding both of them together into one script.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what phonetic punctuation is, it's where when we read something, we'll read it, but we never pronounce the punctuation. Well, Victor pronounced the punctuation. So a full stop, a period would be a comma.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Once upon a time.
So good. Someone should do that with just Facebook posts. There's barely any punctuation in there to begin with.
No, it's true.
But then people use caps lock, and you can just yell it. It'd be great.
Well, I'm actually looking. I'm looking at our social wall right now, where we've got people posting about Kev Orkian. We've got Happy Kev.
That's the one.
What would that one be? I went to school with this guy.
He's amazing. Great guy.
That's great.
Yeah, that's our social wall. If you want to post on our social wall, it's tadtrivia.com/Kev Wall.
You know who else was great?
Yeah.
And we just lost recently was Victoria Wood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. She was incredible as well.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned her, actually.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, this is, what's your favorite Victoria Wood song?
Oh, you've got me now.
Well, if you want to think about it, I'll tell you mine, okay?
Go on.
Without a doubt, my favorite Victoria Wood song is called Wanker.
Oh, no, I want that one because that's a great one. No, I want that one because actually, that is one of the best ones she's ever done. I mean, that is hysterical.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If you don't know it, if you haven't heard it, Victoria Wood, Wanker, the Brits know what that word means, but yeah, it's a brilliant song. Would that be yours too?
And actually, Dudley Moore had the... you remember the one where he is walking home and he goes, as I was walking down the street one day, and he does that one where he talks about how this guy wants to commit suicide jumping out of a window. Oh, I'm not joking. I laughed that hard I cried.
It's brilliant stuff. We'll have a lot of questions about Victoria Wood and Dudley and a bunch of other famous, funny pianists in our trivia competition after the show.
Definitely.
What were you going to say?
I mean, Wankers is just so good. That sounds bad. But I think one of my favorites also has to be Let's Do It. It's just so good.
Yeah, Let's Do It's the big popular one.
Yeah. It's just
yeah, I mean, everyone loves that one because it's also the theme tune. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like, she really gets into it. It's bloody brilliant. She's very good.
Baby Boom's a great song too.
And Reincarnation. We can go on.
Yeah, there's so many. Victoria's great. This is brilliant, Kev. So obviously you've been working and done some great stuff, toured with amazing people, and here we are in 2020. No one's doing anything. What does the future hold for you when the future gets back?
It's a good question actually, because it's been crazy whilst we've been in the lockdown. So, like yourselves, thinking in advance, you know, about where we're going. I took most of my business and my personal entertainment online, and I had a number of people contact me for private shows, which I've got to be honest with you, as much as, you know, I just thought they're great fun, let's have a go at them. Nothing comes close to intimate live comedy. Nothing. And I think whether you're on the cruises, whether you're doing corporates or comedy clubs, I think live entertainment is always going to be always going to have to be live. And doing it on the internet can have its you know, pros and cons. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing them. So I think in general, the future for me is keep grafting, keep working hard, and keep keep your ideas and everything positive, because ultimately we are going to go back to live entertainment very, very soon. And I think people are desperate for it. I think people are looking for humour. And during the COVID, a lot of people have gone into depression and anxiety and whatnot. And they need to get out. They need to get out. They need to laugh. They need to kind of listen to comedians' outcome of what this has all been about, and have a good laugh and a good giggle about it. So yeah, I think, you know, it's been hard for everyone, and entertainment in general has taken a massive hit all over the world. Yeah. So when we do get back into it, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I can't wait. Don't forget, click on that trivia QR code on the bottom there, /Kev. We're going to be playing some trivia after this, and it's fun. You can also win prizes. In that, you can win 100 TAD travel bucks and some signed memorabilia from various different people. One of which will not be Victor Borger. We can't get him to sign anything. Anyway, we had.
Oh, really?
No. We asked we wouldn't come through. But we do have three either/or questions for you, Kev. Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Here we go. Would you rather be famous but ridiculed, or just be a regular person and admired? Including all the monetary benefits that come with both.
At the moment, I would say being normal and being admired. I don't really chase the fame.
Yep.
If it's there, I'll take it, but otherwise I'd prefer the other one.
Yeah, I think that's most of us are going to answer that. Would you rather have this is for you as well. Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater?
Oh, come on, man. I'm a Knight Rider fan. Kit, we need to go into the Atlantic Ocean. Come here quick.
See, I would say the opposite. I would say flying carpet. If I have a magical vehicle, I want to rub it in everyone's face. No one's going to see me underwater, but if I have a flying carpet, I can just, flip the bird at everyone below me. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but you need a license to fly, mate. No, I don't want no.
I think the big mitigating factor here is if Jasmine's on the carpet. If it comes with Jasmine, then I think it changes everything,
Hopefully Mom's not watching.
No, it doesn't. Because I've got Jasmine and I've got her two sisters in the back, the twins, and I'm taking them on the waterway.
Here's another one. Would you rather, you're Armenian, so I think I may know the answer to this. Would you rather be forced to eat only spicy food from now till the end of time, or only incredibly bland food?
Oh, this is hard, man, because I'll be honest with you, it would have to be spicy food, but I'd have to have a tablet every day for the ulcers that are currently in my stomach. So I would, I'd have to go for the spicy. I can't have bland. Being Armenian, I can't do bland. That's like eating cardboard every day. You know what I mean? So no, for me, it'd have to be spicy food. I would burn, and I would put a toilet roll in the freezer every day, but it would have to be spicy food.
I'm with you. Spicy food it is. One more, but you have to think about this. The immediate answer isn't quite obvious. Would you rather have a bottomless box of Legos or a bottomless gas tank? But think about it, you see, in the days of electric cars, do you really need gas? And all those Legos never end.
Do you want to know the truth? And I know you're going to be shocked when you hear this.
Yeah.
But I currently own 40 grand's worth of Lego.
What? Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. I have Lego from 1978 right through to now, and so much so that, look at this. I'm not making this up. This is my son's bedroom. We actually created a poster with both my twin boys, and it's an exhibition that we were putting on end of this month, and we can't do it due to the fact that COVID-19. But I was going to be displaying all £40,000 worth of Lego in a exhibition in the local town here.
That's brilliant.
Oh my God.
No, so what's your answer?
Well, Lego, man, what do you think?
Brilliant. It's been a great show today. We got one more question before we say goodbye, Kev, and we want to remind everybody to go on the trivia immediately after the show to win these prizes and to have some fun. So here's the question, Kev. If you could spend the next 60 minutes with any two people in any one place in the world. Now, these two people could be historical figures, family members, people you've lost, anybody. Who would you like to spend the next hour with? Where are you going to go? And what are you going to talk about?
Ooh. If I had to spend any time, I'll tell you one of my heroes that I'd like to spend a lot of time with would have been Peter Falk, Columbo.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because I'm literally probably the biggest fan on the planet. And I adore the man. I've watched every episode of Columbo 300 times plus.
Wow.
Yeah, I adore it. I've got all the collections, all the books. I've even got, believe it or not, a signed autograph, which a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, got for me. And then 2 weeks later, he passed away. So I actually got probably one of the last autographs he signed as well, which is proudly sitting up in my office. So that would be the first guy. And I would want to talk to him about his life, really, and how he came about doing what he did, and his thoughts behind everything. Because at some point in the future, I would love to play Columbo in an epic biography or something like that of Peter Falk. So that would be great. That would be my first, definitely my first kind of celebrity I'd like to bring back. And my second one, well, undoubtedly would be Dudley Moore. I had the privilege of performing his life as him in a West End show, which I was blessed to have won. I won an award on it as well. And I actually, while I was performing, I wasn't aware that two of his colleagues who wrote for him and produced for him were in the audience. And after the show, they came up, and they were in their 80s at that point. And one of them came up to me and said, "Hi," he said, "My name's Derek." He said, and I said, "Oh, Derek and Clive and all that," and I had a joke. He said, "Well, actually," he said, "let me tell you," he said, "I was Dudley Moore's producer and writer." And I said, "You're kidding me." He said, "No." He said, "I've got to tell you, the moment you sat down on that piano and you played Arthur's theme," he said, I lost it. He said, "I thought it was one of the most incredibly powerful versions of Dudley Moore I've ever seen perform." He said, "And I wish you all the success in the world." So I was blown away by that. So I would love to play him and then ask him if I got it right.
Brilliant. I love it.
Awesome.
So it's Kev Orkian, Peter Falk, and Dudley Moore. And where are you going?
I think we would probably be. We would probably go. Do you know what? I'd love to go to my country in Armenia, and I'd love to take them somewhere really, really remote, where we could sit down and they could have picturesque views of my country with a piano on, like, somewhere where we can just put it down and we can just enjoy each other's company, talking, drinking great wine, having great cigars, and just having a proper natter. That's what I'd love. And then obviously Armenian women being the most beautiful in the world, Kim Kardashian. I think we'd be all right, don't you?
I think that'd be great. You know, we've done nearly 100 shows, and that's the first time we've ever had Peter Falk and Dudley Moore, either of them.
And I think that's the first time Kim Kardashian's name has been...
other people like saying Jesus and all that?
We've had Jesus a few times. Who have been our most popular ones, Nick?
That is a great question. I think John Lennon is up there.
We've had Lennon.
A lot of people say their parents. A lot of people
Mom and
say
Dad.
that they like to. Their parents have passed, and they'd like to spend one more hour with them. That's the one that we get the most, I would say.
We've had Jesus a lot. Producers, help me out. Who have we had?
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. We've had Freddie a lot. But quite a lot of diverse people too.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
I get the whole.
Sandra Day.
Sorry, I was going to say I get the whole aspect of wanting your parents back for another hour and all that, and having a good chit chat and whatnot. I mean, I like that idea, but with all due respect, I think, you know, my parents, bless them, they're still alive, and I don't want to spend any time with them at the moment.
Brilliant. Well, I think after the show we're gonna, and when we can fly again, we're coming to London. I think we need to get together, Kev. I think it needs to be
absolutely
Nick, myself, Sam, Linda, yourself, the kids, your wife, and then I think we need to be in an Armenian restaurant eating the spiciest food with a box of Lego creating the kit car.
No, forget that. Forget that. What you need to do is come to England, okay? Bring everyone with you, right? We'll go to Linda's house because she's got a bigger kitchen than me, okay? And then I will bring all the food, okay, with all the spices to the point where you people will not be able to walk the following morning, okay? And we'll put together a great dish. We've got the swimming pool there. We've got everything there. We'll jump into the pool, but I'll make all the food. And I will bring my version of Knight Rider's car, which actually talks to me, to be fair. So I'll bring that with me, and then we'll have a great laugh. And I'll bring some box of Legos as well. You and me can sit down and make something.
I hate Lego. But that's a whole other story. Brilliant show, mate. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Nick, for being here. We've got another TAD Talk coming your way tomorrow. Thanks to everyone for joining. Check out that QR code at the end. Scan it. Join us on the trivia. We're going to give away some prizes. Kev, Nick, thanks a lot. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow on TAD Talk. Bye.